Hello again, this is Sam Houston, and welcome to My Front Porch. The good old days. The weather turned much colder over the weekend. While the high temperature on Friday was nearly 70, the forecast for Sunday called for a high of 42 with temperatures dropping down to 27 on Sunday night. We're not experiencing weather like those in Bismarck or Minneapolis, which is sitting currently at a toasty -1. But for us, it's an injection of winter into our lives. Not really a winter storm, but just a reminder that winter does still exist and how the weather changes how we think, how we perceive, and how we live. For me, the cool weather's a good thing. The Cowboys are on TV. I have a load of firewood ready to go into the fireplace, and my wife is going to make some green chili stew for us to eat. Sounds like perfect cold weather living, doesn't it? And my wife's green chili stew would make almost anyone jump up and down with anticipation. The night will be cozy and comfortable and make my soul feel relaxed and happy. Why is that? I think it's because it takes me back to other similar days which were carefree and simple. Everything about the day nurtures my soul. This happens a lot around the holidays. Memories of past experiences come to the forefront. Fond memories of being at a grandparent's house surrounded by family and enjoying a wonderful meal prepared by loving hands. This is what we remember and how we remember it. For whatever reason, we recall the very best parts, the ones that make our hearts smile, and we sort of discard or ignore all the realities that came along with the holiday. We tend to forget the arguments between siblings while riding in the car to grandmother's house, how Dad complained if someone wanted to stop and use the bathroom, and the physical threats which parents would use to saying they would stop the car and educate us on proper riding behavior if us siblings kept fussing and arguing. Those memories are not the first ones we think of when we think of the holidays. We all reflect on the past and often refer to them as the good old days. Remember, 50 years ago, there had only been one TV at Grandma's house. No one would have had a cell phone to keep in touch with our friends or entertain themselves. The average house was about 1,200 square feet, so there often wasn't room for everyone to eat at one table or even in one room. There was no cable or TV on demand, so depending on where you lived, getting the holiday football games could be problematic. There was no PlayStation or Xbox to entertain the kids, no movies on demand, no video players, and no TikTok or other social media. There was no Amazon to shop at and no online to go to. The only camera to take pictures was the 35-millimeter camera that Uncle Jim had. We could not see the photos he took for weeks as he waited for them to get back from the drugstore and then get circulated throughout the family. Yes, we did survive those prehistoric times without the benefits of all these modern conveniences which we now enjoy. We played cards, talked about politics and the events of the day, and got up ball games where most of the family participated. Even in the cold weather, we children would engage, go outside, and participate in the activities. We simply called it playing. How did we endure those shortages and deprivations? Yet those experiences are the very first place our minds drift when we think about the holidays. Funny, isn't it? The good old days were not all that good by today's standards. Or were they? Thought for the day. Every man's life ends the same way. It's only the details of how he lived that distinguish one man from another. Ernest Hemingway. Until next time, I'll keep riding the storm out.